If you're waking up exhausted and by the middle of the afternoon, you just cannot make any decisions. If you're sat there looking at emails and you're just thinking, oh my God, I'm staring at one word for hours on end and nothing ever seems to happen, then this video is for you. I want to talk about mental fatigue and decision fatigue and what to do about it. My name's Jason. In early 2024, I had a significant, huge mental health breakdown, and the contributing factors were many. And in the years and months since, I've been learning about human behavior, how the brain works, psychology. I've been on this huge learning experience to find out what's going on and share those insights with you. So there are multiple parts to this. There's decision fatigue. There is over analyzing, and there are too many open loops. So you probably heard about you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're giving everything to everyone else, then suddenly you've left yourself with nothing. But the flip side to that is when that cup's too full, suddenly it's overflowing everywhere and you're in panic mode. I've got to mop up the mess. I've got to sort this out. Maybe the cup's going to explode through pressure. Aside of the fact that it's your freaking cup, you can do whatever you want with it anyway. But the flip side of it is it's just there's too much. When your brain is overloaded with too many things, you don't know where to go, right? Does this resonate with you? It certainly does for me, or it did for me. There were just too many things that were going on. Think about this, action that, do this, this needs to happen. Then you got to do it then you got to be there. Then you got to be aware of this. And then you got to do this. And you're like, oh my God. And in the process of trying to do all of it, you end up doing none of it, right? Does that feel right to you? Certainly did for me. And even now, I'm very careful about the volume of decisions that I make. I'll talk about that stuff in a second. Open loops, the number of conversations that you're having, the things that just don't get done. Brain will go hunting around for answers and you can't sleep, or you wake up thinking about it. I say recent, anything for me could be recent within 10 years or 2 weeks. I didn't need my birth certificate, but I wanted to go and find it and I couldn't sleep. So I had to go and find it. Where's my birth certificate? Couldn't sleep. When I found it, all good. But that could be the negotiation for a contract. It could be the conversation that was never had on a Friday before going away for the weekend. It could be an argument at home. All of these open loops, if you don't go through the process of fixing them all up, then they just build up. Now put this on top of decision fatigue. Now put this on top of all the open loops. And what do you get? Brain overwhelm. And then you add on top of that, because it's easy to naturally want to control things. So you end up in this over analyzing the smallest things, a word in an email, the one word that someone's mentioned somewhere. You overanalyze because your nervous system is right shot to pieces. So you're always on edge. You may have heard about that fight or flight or freeze and all this kind of stuff, but you're always in fight mode. You never calm down because you're always on edge. What does that one person say? What did that look like? What does that word mean? How do I check this? What's that going to be received? The analysis, and you can talk about analysis paralysis and all that. But that mental fatigue, that sheer out and out tiredness, that, you wake up every morning, I'm not tired. It's because you haven't slept well. You get to the afternoon, you need a nap because you've been on edge all the time. You get to the evening and you want to have a dust up with the nearest person to you because you're so much on edge. It's going to come down to these three things. The decision fatigue, too many decisions. Open loops, too many of them. Overanalyzing small things, sweating the detail that you don't need to. And once you start piling up all of these, cognitive fatigue, physical fatigue, knackered, not resting, and the cycle repeats, right? So the key thing is, what can you do about this? Look, without knowing more detail about all of the things that are going on, here's a few suggestions just to get the ball rolling, so to speak. There needs to be a radical elimination of low value choices. And what do I mean by that? if it is not a huge strategic decision, is it to do with the house move for next year? Or is it to do with the color for your bathroom? Can that be decided by someone else? That kind of thing. You put it into a work perspective or a life perspective. But when you stop and think, is it really important? Can I make a snap call on it because the consequence is quite low? Can I turn around and go, look, at the end of the day, you make a poor choice on a color in the bathroom. If we continue with our context, what's the worst that can happen? You just paint over it, or you get an absolute rollicking. But anyway, hopefully you get my picture, right? It's how you need to start to eliminate all of those choices which have next to no consequence. And that's going to be on you to analyze those. So radically eliminate on a daily basis, try to close as many loops as possible. Now, again, I don't know the full context of everything, and it's something that I have to be very conscious of as well, is close as many of those loops as possible in however that works for you, whether it's close it down by email, whether it's pop a message in, whether it's put a phone call in. It's like, crikey, God forbid that we go back to old school. I even write letters to people, handwritten letters on ink and paper, just write them out. Maybe that will close a loop. It'll be a message just to say, hey, I'm thinking about you, or actually, let's catch up at Christmas, that kind of stuff. And these are going to be just some general scenarios that I'm just sort of throwing out there. But close those loops, have the chat, deal with the situation, move on from things, even if you're mentally moving on from something. Don't allow. So you think about either do it, delegate it, or kill it. If it's going to take a couple of minutes, do it yourself. If you've got a team of people, delegate it. Or actually, it just might be a load of old guff and it doesn't need to be done, and it's just there and it's just taken up critical real estate in your brain. Just get rid of it. So think about, get it done quickly, delegate it out, get rid of it. Something else to consider is each day, my day starts the night before, and I'm already thinking about some big things that need to be done. It could be said that is creating an open loop, but it's not. Bear with me. So I'm thinking about what needs to be done. I've got time allocated in the morning, and I want to get some of those big things done and dusted, just in one big heavy lift. What high stakes decisions need to be made? What needs to be done? What do I need to crack on with and just heavy lift those out? Emails, social media, contacts, whatever it is, just give yourself a structured amount of time to be able to, to be able to get that heavy lifting done. Because then once they're done, that's closed loop, and then move on. So there's three things that you can start to consider there about eliminating those low value chores, about either do it, delegate it, or kill it off in terms of some of those tasks that need to be doing to close open loops, and then give yourself a heavy lifting block of time to get some of those high stakes things that are done. What do you think, right? Years and years of learning after my breakdown distilled across. So let me know, what do you think? Do these things work for you? Let me know. So after this video, I'll be talking about some of the physical side of things. How do these levels of fatigue manifest into physicality, into neglect, and some of the things that can be done around that. So look, I'm excited to share this stuff with you. Please let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Obviously, be kind. I'm not a professional in this space. I'm sharing the insights of what I've been through. I went through a pretty significant life event, so I want to share that learning with you, share what I've been through and what I've learned about human behavior to hopefully prevent you from going through the same stuff that I've been through. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. If you've got to the end of this, thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy the further videos that are coming out about this whole side of things around fatigue and neglect, performance drag, with a view to hopefully help you perform optimally in whatever way that takes. Thank you.